Hello, today we're making Ripon Spice Cake. It's a fruity cake that's baked in a loaf tin with plenty of spices. Now the association with Ripon is slightly debatable. There's no records directly connecting the cake to the town until, sorry, it's a city, isn't it, with its cathedral. There's no specific association until the Second World War, but there are very similar recipes for a Yorkshire spice cake in a dictionary of cookery dating back to 1896. And the association with Ripon seems to be that there was a particular recipe associated with a particular shop, and the recipe was bought with the shop. And it was still going in 1999 when the book we're using was published. It might not be the case now. Somebody might perhaps comment to tell us whether that business is still going. But there are a number of different recipes. We've picked one from the internet, which is a more modern recipe using self-raising flour. The older recipes used lard, yeast and plain flour, but I think modern tastes have moved away from using lard in sweet cakes, and this cake is supposed to be very good buttered and eaten with cheese, and it's also associated with Christmas. If you'll see references to a Yule spice cake, it's pretty much the same thing. So let's get on with it. Okay, take you through the ingredients. First of all, we need unsalted butter, self-raising flour, ground mace, mixed spice, ground almonds, raisins, sultanas and currants. We've got them all in a dried fruit bag here, and candied peel, glazed cherries, soft brown sugar, a bit of more mixed fruit there, and a bit more flour. Oh, a lemon and 3 eggs. And Bob's your uncle. So, firstly, we're weighing out 225 grams of the soft brown sugar. And then we'll weigh the same amount again of the butter, but obviously it's a good idea to do the sugar first. So like I say, we've weighed out the same amount of butter, and then we have to cream the butter and sugar together until light and fluffy, which is what unseen assistant is doing as we speak. Right, so we're now measuring out 450 grams of self-raising flour, and then the spices go into the flour in a separate bowl after this. Right, so we've now mixed the flour and the spices together, the mace and the mixed spice, and we're now going to lightly beat the 3 eggs. Right, that should be okay. Now, it says, and just have a conference with unseen assistant because she likes being unheard as well. Right. Recipe slightly ambiguous in saying putting in the egg and the flour alternately into the mix, so we've interpreted that as just, you know, keep them separate, don't mix them before putting them into the butter. So we put about half the flour in, then half the egg, then an unseen assistant is mixing them together, and then we'll add in the rest of the flour and the rest of the egg, and then mix them together. I haven't the knowledge to say. Okay, so we're just coming towards the end of the mixing stage with the flour and the egg. Unseen assistant thought it did need a bit of extra egg, so we've put in 3.5. You can also see that while she's been doing that, I have zested the lemon. And now get on with chopping some cherries in half. Unseen assistant is now gently folding in the currants, raisins and sultanas, and I have halved the cherries, and we'll see if we've done enough of those. Okay, so we've now added in the cherries and the mixed peel, 75 grams of each, and what we're trying to achieve is a dropping consistency, which Unseen Assistant has helpfully just demonstrated. And the last ingredient to go in now is the zest. Zest of 1 lemon. There it disappears into the mix. And yes, I should have added, to achieve that dropping consistency, add milk till you get it dry. And in this recipe it makes enough for 2 tins, so we are going to put the mixture in them, and one of them we've just bought and it promises it's non-stick, so we're going to take them at their word, but the older one that we already had is going to be greased. Are you lining it as well, Unseen Assistant? No. Okay, so not lined. Right, we just realised we've forgotten one of the ingredients. The almonds should have gone in at the same time as the spices in the flour, but never mind. I don't think it matters too much if they go in a bit later. Well, hopefully not. Right, so now at the point where we scrape in the mixture into the tins. Once we've got everything in there, we'll then smooth them out a bit to make them look nice. Okay, so they're now ready to go in. They go in the oven for about an hour or until they're risen golden brown, and you can put a skewer inside and it comes out clean. Okay, and then you leave them in the tin to cool down before turning them out onto a rack. Now, they look done, but unseen assistant will now do the skewer test. Okay, still yeah, still a bit gooey, so we need to go back in. Right, so the cakes are out and looking good. They're quite well done, but I think that's down to our oven. They at least twice when we thought they were done, they failed the skewer test, but now they have passed, and we look forward to eating them. You leave them in the tin and turf them out on a wire rack when they've cooled. Right, so the non-stick loaf tin did live up to its billing, so we've got both cakes now out cooling on a wire rack, and apparently this keeps very well if you want to keep it in an airtight tin. Here's Simon doing the taste test for Ripon Spice Cake. Martin Zero, if you're watching, that's part of your video on the screen we've just paused.
Yes, it is. And what's a good video that is as well.
Excellent.
This cake, pristine.
Excellent.
I'll film you now.
Yeah, good. Nice crumbly texture and good balance of flavours. It's more than just a fruit cake. You can tell that there is the spice there. So, yes, I think we can pat ourselves on the back for this one.
Hey.